Welcome to Raw Talk, Real Healing.
It's like therapy, but with more laughs and less copays.
I'm Gabby.
And I'm Diana.
We're licensed therapists.
But here, we just want to have raw and unapologetic conversations.
So come vibe with us. Where professional meets personal.
Let's get it.
Gabby!
Hi! I feel like I haven't been here in so long.
I know. Even Olaf missed you.
He really did.
That's
Tim
funny.
loves me.
He does. He does. I know. I feel like we've been, it hasn't even been that long since we recorded. We only had like, 1 week off.
Yeah,
But
but we haven't recorded since the week before Christmas.
I know.
Crazy.
A lot's going on. How's your holiday? Good?
What if it was bad? You said good?
I said, was it good?
Oh, I thought you said, how was your holiday? Good?
Yeah.
Like, you want me to say good and keep it pushing.
No.
It was good. Very chill vibes. I loved it.
Nice.
It was quiet. New Year's was quiet. Loved it. Just very busy outside of that.
Very busy, because you are your own entity.
I am a
businesswoman.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely having to get an office ready. There's just been a lot going on, and I feel like I definitely have managed it well. I only had one meltdown, so
Perfect.
I only cried once.
No, for you guys, for Gabby, one meltdown is good.
That is so good.
That's so good.
I got my hair done.
Cute.
Thanks. I did a little bit of self-care. Got my hair done, and I did go see the housemaid. So those were the two things that I did for me in that time. But other than that, it was grinding. And my body tried to trick me and get sick twice. Not once, twice.
But you got it together.
All is well.
The housemaid was good, right?
So good.
Yeah.
And you just read the book.
I just read the
right?
book. Yeah. On my new Kindle.
Yeah. The best ever.
Yeah. We are back now, better than ever. Reset 2026
Yeah.
is our year.
What do you have any New Year's resolutions?
You know what? No. My New Year's resolution was always work out, get to the gym. And
You did
I'm
that.
already there. I can't not work out. So I'm at that point where there's no turning back for me. So that was really it. Well, now that I just thought about it, eating healthier, staying away from I have such a bad sweet tooth. I love my sweets and bread. Anything baked.
But do you feel for me, I can be okay, I want chocolate, and I can go and have one little piece of chocolate, and it's just that's enough. Last night I wanted something so bad, and I literally had one dark chocolate peanut butter cup from Trader Joe's left. They're so good.
All right, episode 23.
Okay. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. We do have scripts that we're following, but then we're going to just kind of go with the flow. We're talking about negative and positive communication, because when we think we're communicating well, a lot of times we're really just making it worse. And y'all need help. So
I know I needed it when I really started really learning what communication was. I was like, God damn, why nobody teach me this?
Yeah. I mean, people really don't teach us this. And we learn this through observation. So however people around you communicate, that's how you learn to communicate. And a lot of times I thought my family, we call it being truthers. A lot of times we thought being truthers was a good way to communicate. You can be a truther, but not be mean. So as we're going through this, if this sounds like you, good, because that's the point.
Right. And sometimes when we think we're communicating something, we're actually making it worse. So we're just gonna go through some scenarios of unhealthy communication and then just try to give people, some examples of let's try it this way. Because you can't be doing the same thing over and over and thinking that's going to change something. That's the definition of insanity, right? So, let's try something different.
All right.
Ready?
You literally never fucking listen to me.
That's not true. You just overreacting.
Wow, see? This is why I don't even like to talk to you.
Because you turn everything into a problem.
Forget it. This is fun. I feel
I
like
was
an
gonna
actor.
say that, right? I love role play. When we role play with my clients, especially my littles, they get so embarrassed. I'm like, no, we're gonna do this. Let's role play. But that's such a great example because one person turns it into the next.
Right.
First of all, what was not happening in that situation?
There was not clear communication, but I'm gonna tell you what was happening.
Mhm.
We were frustrated, we were reactive, we were defensive, and then ultimately, I'm the problem, saying I shut down.
Yeah.
So as soon as I felt like you weren't hearing me,
Mhm.
I just shut down and, removed myself.
Yeah.
So,
Because what was not happening was there was no active listening
right.
and no validation.
Right.
And so therefore, if I'm not listening, actively listening, meaning let me try to repeat what you said. Let me see if I heard this right. Because all
Right.
I heard was like, you just overreacting. Everything's a problem for you.
You doing too much.
Exactly. So one, what about how you started? You literally never listened to me.
So what I could have said differently was like, Diana, I feel really unheard when, you roll your eyes when I'm talking to you.
Perfect. Right. Always start with I feel.
You have to take responsibility for your own emotions. When you start a conversation, like, because basically what I was trying to say is I feel unheard.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was being dramatic in that because I didn't know how to clearly communicate what I was feeling. So if I started that statement with, Diana, I feel really unheard, you would have been more willing to sit and actually listen and be like, you know what? Okay, I can understand that because it feels less of an attack onto you.
Yeah. And instead of saying that's not true, I'm always listening and you just overreacting, I'm going to be like, that sounds a little different. This is not our usual disagreement. I'm going to be like,
Right.
I want to understand you better. This is not typical of, going back and forth. I'm going to be like, she's trying to tell me something different.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I could go and say, I, I felt or I thought I was
Right.
listening. Is there something that I missed? What do you want to tell me?
Right. Or like what does me listening look like for you? Because we may think that we're doing something that the other person is going to view or receive as listening, but that might not be what they need in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So having that open communication in that moment can be like, okay, this is actually what I need. I'm sorry I was misunderstanding you, or I'm sorry that you felt this way. What can I do different?
Yeah.
Problem solved.
That's it. And I don't have to tell you that you turn everything into a problem because really, that's my opinion. That's what I feel. You know what I mean? And also, we have to make sure that before we are trying to communicate with our partners or with anyone for that matter, because this could be a friend or, whatever at work, make sure you're emotionally regulated.
Right.
Because if I'm frustrated, my emotional brain is at a 10.
Right.
My
You're not
rational
gonna be able
brain
to-
is down here. So this is usually why we have these types of conversations because we're not emotionally regulated first. And you would know. You have to get to know
Absolutely.
yourself. That's the awareness. I hope everyone's been checking in with themselves and taking that time
Yeah.
because then you'll know I cannot have this conversation right now. This is what we want to get good at. Knowing when you need to have these conversations.
Right. Or knowing when you do feel like this and being able to be like, you know what, wait a second. I need to take space. I need to walk away and just take a breath and calm myself down before I come back and say, okay, this is how I'm feeling and how can we better work through this?
Yeah. Perfect. So let's move to scenario 2. Now, this is not like a A-B move, one person to one person, but let's talk about how we start off communicating.
Yeah.
So this is around asking for support.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. I do everything around here. I shouldn't have to ask for help.
So what I'm seeing is, yes, I know as a therapist, I know that you're asking for support, but it's very clear that you're feeling overwhelmed. It's very clear that you can't handle all of the tasks that are in front of you. So I think a different and more positive way that you could have expressed your feelings is, hey, like, I'm feeling really overwhelmed. Do you think that you could possibly help me? I'm feeling overwhelmed. Could you please, just take out the trash for me? Like, I'm trying to do XYZ.
Yeah.
If you can identify what you're feeling in that moment and you respond rather than react, the other person is going to receive what you're saying so much better.
Yeah.
You're being more clear and they're actually going to want to
Mhm.
help you because you're not like, you don't do shit.
Yes, I do. No, just kidding. But yeah, it's kind of like, what do you really want? I've had to learn that sometimes because I've been there before too. Like, I do everything around here, blah, 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 blah. We all been in that. You're like, you need to step it up.
I just did it like last week at 10 p.m.
You were up.
Yeah. Yes, actually.
Yeah. But it's like, okay, I'm saying I do everything around here. I shouldn't have to ask for help, which you got to take accountability. If you want something done, no one's a mind reader. You got to ask for help. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Now we can have conversations around like, listen, I'm asking for help in this moment, but it's really frustrating for me every week or every day. I have to say the same thing. Like, this is something that I need help with on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. And, like if you could do this, like take on this task or, chore, that'll help me out a lot.
Right. And there is nothing wrong with asking for
Mm-mm.
help. Like you said, people are not mind readers. And just because you can't handle it all doesn't mean that, you're any less of a partner or any less of a friend. Like, we're all humans.
Mm-hmm.
And it is okay to say, hey,
Mm-hmm.
I need help here. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-mm.
We're not, we don't have superpowers. We're not Superman, Superwoman, whatever the fuck. We can ask for help. And if you can't, maybe ask yourself why you're not trusting these people to maybe show up for you.
Yeah, that's a good one. You said Superwoman. I remember Jamal said that to me one time, and I was like, I do not want to be Superwoman. Don't put me in that category. I think I did I don't even remember what I did. It was a long time ago, but don't put me there because then you have this expectation that I can do all of these things.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Don't
Maybe
set
in
that
that
bar too
moment.
high.
No,
Don't
absolutely
put me
not.
there.
I don't want to be there, but it's true. We have to take the accountability and we just got to ask for help. You know what I mean? And I know that one of my toxic traits is that like I want something done, but I want it done
And
not only now, that's a good one too. Not only now, like I want it done the way that I want it done. And so I had to let go of some of that. So I was like, all right, just, take care of it. If I'm overwhelmed and it can be done this way, then, do it. And letting go of like the sense of urgency that it has to be done in this moment. Cause I'm a sense of urgency type of person. And Jamal and Camille are the complete opposite. So
Camille gonna learn today. She's a woman. You better have some urgency, girl.
she has 0,
Ugh.
but we're gonna work on that.
I don't know how you do it. Because I'm urgent. I need it done and I need it done now and I need it done the way I want you to do it. It's bad.
It's a problem.
It's really bad. My dad was talking to me about this, I think, last week. He was like, Gabby, you need to he's like, you need to back off a little. And I'm like, what? What? And he's like,
yeah, you are still very young, Gabby.
I am like,
so you still have a lot to learn too.
I do. And I'll admit it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's perfect.
No.
Scenario 3. Why do you keep doing that when I keep asking you not to?
Oh my God, here we go. I'm such a bad friend. Sorry.
You did that really well.
Thanks.
Okay, so
guys, this is about setting a boundary the wrong way. Let's try to do that the right way.
Right. So we're hearing that this friend is trying to set a boundary, and then because they were being all like crazy cranky, the friend is like, oh, sorry, such a bad friend, getting all defensive. When I could have said, hey, Diana, this really isn't working for me. I asked you X, Y, and Z. and I feel like you're disrespecting, or I feel disrespected. Sorry, look, I'm learning. I feel disrespected when you go against my wishes.
Right. And then I could come off and say, and I just want to put this out there, even if I feel like, oh my God, here we go, like this is how she feels, you can have that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to remember that it's your feelings. Stop putting it on other people.
Right. Take responsibility for your feelings.
Responsibility for your own feeling. If you're annoyed, if you're frustrated, rightfully so. Like whatever emotion shows up in your body, right? So even if I don't agree and I feel like you're being dramatic or whatever it is, you have to remember that's your feeling. So don't put it on to somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, that's not how you respect healthy boundaries, because you never know when it's going to be your turn to be dramatic and feel, you know, X, Y, and Z. So in turns, wow, Gabby, I didn't even realize you felt that way.
Yeah.
I apologize. Moving forward, I will, you know, be more intentional about respecting, you know, that space and that boundary, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
You know?
And I think this is something that shows up often for people.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in friendships, because people have a hard time of like expressing maybe what they need.
Mhm.
And then sometimes when people are a little bit like too comfortable, I'm going to say, they think that they can be nasty or put their feelings onto that other person just because they're friends. No.
Mhm.
You still have to respect
Yeah.
me as a
Yeah.
human being. I'm
Mhm.
respecting you as a friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Let's-
because if you turn around and say, sorry, I'm such a bad friend, I'm like, I'm sorry you're such a bad friend too. Get your life together.
Deuces.
Right, because like at the end of the day, you're not respecting
Right.
boundaries. And like, I don't know about you, but I ain't got time for that.
That's when I would do the really not good apology. Be like, oh my God, I'm really sorry that you feel that way. Not what I was saying, but
Right.
kind of crazy. As we're talking about this, one of my old friends pops in to my brain. Obviously, when we're no longer friends.
Hey,
That's the tea.
that's the tea. Flip on it. You know who you is.
I don't think they follow us.
Oh, well, that sucks for them.
They obviously don't, because they hate me.
Anywho.
Wait, I was just gonna be like, hate me because you hate me.
I haven't heard that in so long.
Me neither, and it just popped right on it. Okay.
Scenario 4. Why you still mad? Like, get over it.
Oh. Okay, what if I'm so mad?
I don't know why you so mad.
Well, this seems like we're trying to repair a previous argument that we had. Diana, please tell me a better way that you could phrase this.
Hey, are you still mad about blah, blah, blah?
Mm-hmm.
Because now I'm not asking why you so mad. Like, I don't think that you should be mad. I'm asking you, are you? Like, let's talk about it. I'm open to hear.
Right.
Hey, or you can even say, I feel that, or it seems you're still upset about blah, 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 blah. Are you still mad about blah, blah, blah?
And if I were to be still mad, you know, negatively, I could be like, yeah, I am. Or like, yeah, I'm still mad. Are you stupid? Yeah, I'm still mad, bitch. Like, yeah, I'm still mad. Get away from me. But that is not what I would say. But for some reason, I can't think of what I would actually say. And I'd be like, I'm not even answering your question. That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's probably what I would say.
I've said nothing. I've said silent. I would give the look.
Right. So sometimes there doesn't even have to be a response.
Yeah.
No response is the response.
It's like, I'm looking at you like, did you just ask me that question?
Right. However, if I was still mad and I did want more space or more time, I could then say to you, yeah, I am, you know, still feeling a little frustrated, or I am still feeling a little bit upset. I'm going to continue to take space, and can we talk about this later?
Yeah. Even setting a time. I always say, like, it's okay to table conversations.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're going to table this right now, especially if it's not going nowhere.
Absolutely.
Especially if, you know, I feel myself getting up there. I'm at like a 5, 6, 7, 8, you know? God bless you.
Thank you. You did the zoom in on that one. For the visual hook.
Yeah. So even if we table the conversations, be like, listen, let's come back to it later tonight. Give me an hour, or let's, do this. That way it's not like I don't feel like you're just trying to put it off either,
And I think it's really important too when we are talking about tabling conversations or when we are talking about like saving something for later, it's really important to make sure that the time that you want to talk about it is convenient for the both of you because you don't want to make the other person feel like you only want to do things on your time.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, this isn't working right now. Let's talk about this later. Let's figure out a time where we can both sit down, have this conversation in a time that works for both of us. Because I think far too many times people will be like, oh, well, I don't want to talk right now. And then you're ready to talk later, but that other person isn't ready to talk. And then it's still a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And sometimes you got to just talk about it.
Right.
Because I know I used to be so stubborn. I used to be, yeah.
Oh.
Hey, I remember Jamal walked in the room. I was like, I'm not talking to you right now. He's like, no, yes, you are. Like,
Oh, you my dad?
no, because I wanted to just go to sleep angry. And he's like, no, we're not doing that. Let's talk about it. I'm like,
yeah, because then you wake up angry.
yeah.
It carries on. I hate that.
Mm-hmm. So like we have that agreement. Like we don't go to bed angry. Even if we have to disagree and we're going to table it. Well, we'll talk about it tomorrow. I need to go to sleep, especially if it's late. Love you. Good night.
Yeah.
But at least we wake up and like you don't have that like, ugh,
right.
know?
You don't wake up with that like feeling.
Gonna kill you.
Okay. So now, scenario 5. You never listen to me.
That is not true.
Exactly. You never listen to me. This is the point.
Fuck you then, bitch. Just like
that was fun.
Yeah.
I threw a little twist in there.
Right. So clearly we feel dismissed. Again, feeling unheard. You're not listening. That means you're not catching my point. That means no active listening.
Right.
And if we could go back and start that over, right? You never listened to me. You got to go back with I. Here's the thing with you. When I keep saying you don't do something, you're like, you putting me down. You attacking me. I ain't good for shit then.
Right. And when you constantly are saying you, it's not like you're not taking any accountability for your feelings, yourself, anything. So it's constantly putting the blame on somebody else. And yes, maybe their actions do cause you to feel this way.
Yeah.
However,
it's your feeling.
It's right. It's me. It's mine.
That's one of the most important things that I try to get across. Like, they made me upset. I'm like, I understand that thought process, the logic that you're trying to use behind that, but it's still your feeling.
Right.
You are still choosing to hold on to that feeling at that moment.
Right.
That's on you. Right? You know what I mean? I get to choose because I'm mad if I knock you out right now. Or if I just say, I need you to leave my house.
Get the
out. You know what I mean? It's my choice. I'm still upset.
Right.
But the choice is mine, my follow through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What do I want to do with this?
When I'm talking to kids about this stuff, I always say to them, what would happen if I punch you in the face right now? And they'd be like, I would be really upset. And I'm like, okay, did you make me punch you in the face or did I choose that?
Yeah.
Like, you chose it. I'm like, you see? I'm like, dramatic, but what if?
That is a little dramatic.
They get it.
I probably said that before.
Punch them in the face. First of all, I'm not punching anybody in the face.
Oh, we know.
Hey. You know how in like your dreams sometimes when like you go to punch somebody and it's like that would be me in real life.
That's crazy. I had that dream before too. Like I'm punching somebody, but it's like I can't even hit hard.
It's not working.
Why?
I don't know, but that's me in real life.
We know your dad's yelled at you about that before.
Yes. Oh, no. But they all know too that I am not doing that. Never in my life. Could you imagine me? Like, please, just picture that. We'll play it right now.
No, I've seen it in action. No kidding.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's be a little bit more clear. Let's be mindful. Hold on to your feeling. Deal with it,
Yeah.
in your way.
Right. So instead, I could still be tearful. I could still be showing the emotion.
Mhm.
And I could have just said differently, like, I feel really upset right now. I feel like you're not listening to me, or I feel really unheard.
Yeah.
I need some
You can
space.
even say, I feel like you're not listening. That's okay to say that because you're still saying, I feel that way. I'm not trying to put that on you. I'm showing you what I'm feeling and what it
Yeah.
looks like in my POV. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah, we don't have
okay.
to be perfect.
You can still verbalize you're not listening to me, but instead of you, just say, that's how I feel.
Right.
And that other person can say, I feel like I have been listening, but maybe we need to try something different. Like,
Right,
what are
like,
you trying to
what
say?
can I do differently for you?
Yeah, exactly.
How can
That's
I
it.
better support you?
Clock it. Scenario 6. I guess I can help even though I'm exhausted.
Okay, this is really important because this is somebody people pleasing, right? And I think so many of us do this and we don't realize it because obviously, in the way that you're saying this, I can tell that you really don't want to help me. So instead of saying, like, I guess I can, even though I'm tired, also, that is almost you kind of guilting me into making me be like, "Oh, no, Diana, it's okay."
Yeah.
So you can feel better about not doing it because I was like, "Oh, just kidding, it's fine." So instead of people pleasing in this scenario, you could say like, "I'm really tired. That doesn't work for me. Is there anything I can do to help you on a different day?"
That's it.
All you have
Why
to
do we
say.
make it so complicated? I mean, and you have to think about it going back to because this is people pleasing. This is someone who always feels guilty for not showing up, for other people. And we know that that can come from like, childhood stuff or
Mhm.
just environmental things. We have to be able to communicate. Everything turns back or reflects back or whatever you want to call it to communication.
Yeah.
Like, be open. Stop internalizing what you feel, and then you're mad at this person because you chose to still help when you were exhausted.
Right. That's projection.
Yeah,
It's wrong.
that's it. You know what I mean? And so I don't have to say, even if I didn't say it with an attitude, like, I guess I can be like, yeah, I guess I can help. I'm a little tired, but I'll fight through it.
Right. But even still, like, I can hear
Mm-hmm.
that this isn't exactly what you want to be doing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So don't do that shit.
Try something different.
No, when it comes to people pleasing, you just have to recognize, and I said this before, I forget what episode, people pleasing is a disease. Like, stop it.
And the only person who suffers in that disease is
You-
you.
That's it.
And you know what? Other people probably too, because then you're going to start like projecting your anger and frustration onto the people around you because you're mad at your own choices.
Yeah. You enable people bad when
Mhm.
you people please all the time because their expectation that you're going to show up.
Their bar is set at Superwoman for you.
That's right. Let me take that. I'm going to put that bar right down.
Sitch. 6 notches down.
Yeah, that's it. Mm-mm. Okay. Last but not least.
Oh, I was going to say that.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you say it.
Last but not least. This is why I don't share anything with you because you always want to throw it in my face.
You are so dramatic all the time.
Okay, wow. I'm not being dramatic. I'm just trying to tell you that every time I try to tell you something, you want to throw it in my face later.
Why is it always about you?
Oh, now it's about me. When I just done told you that this is you.
You always throw shit in my face too.
Okay, cut. I don't have anything else. I can't fake fight. I just said I'm a lover.
So what are we saying here, right? I am sharing these things with you, and instead of you taking that and making things better, you're taking those things and actually doing the opposite. You're using them against me, and I feel like nothing is getting solved here.
I feel like it could very much so be like you're weaponizing like
Yeah.
my truth or my trauma, whatever it is, and then using it against me. And that can feel really disrespectful.
Yeah.
I think from like my perspective, because I'm the one that, is saying this thing, I could feel really disrespected. I can feel like I don't want to trust you with my like secrets or my emotions.
Hmm.
I feel like this would then cause a person to shut down
Yeah.
and no longer want to share anything
Yeah.
with, their friend, their
Hmm.
partner, whoever.
This for me is showing like, I'm having a hard time trusting you.
Yeah.
And if you can remember from our episode about men and communication,
Yeah.
this was a big thing. This was like what everybody said. Like every time I say something, you're throwing it in my face. So listen, share, like, listen, we've been having these conversations and like, I feel you're not listening to the advice. You're actually using it the opposite way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe try to give an example, of what that looks like or the last time it's been done and how, let me tell you how you can use that information in a better, way. It's all about learning small things about communication, like actively listening.
Mm-hmm.
Just listen and repeat back what you heard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's how we understand. Am I hearing the right thing?
Right.
Because sometimes you can hear, so I heard that you hate me. Like, what? No. It's
Right, like
not.
that's not what I'm hearing.
Yeah, right. And so, like, actively listen, share, be open, table conversations if you have to, but come back to them. Like normalizing the struggles that we have
Right.
in communication because everybody has them and it's never going to be perfect, but you got to work through them.
Right. And I was just going to say, this is just the same as anything else, right? Like we don't learn this stuff in school. Schools don't teach us how to communicate and stuff like that. So we learn these things in our environments, in our homes, from TV. Like we learn these things from observation. So it is very normal to feel like this aligns, I feel like,
Awareness comes before change. So if you don't know these things, and this is why we're saying if this sounds familiar, be aware that we got to work and
Yeah.
take some accountability on changing.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's okay if this does sound like you. However, it's not okay if we're not practicing awareness and we're not actively working on bettering ourselves in this realm. Because if we can communicate better, our relationships are going to be better. Our relationships are going to be stronger. There's going to be less conflict because we can express our feelings in a way where we can strengthen our connection too.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got to remember, those are the same conflicts, just different types of communication and a completely different outcome.
Right.
You can go from the A-B back and forth, unhealthy, negative communication. We're trying to say the same thing. We can flip it, use more healthier coping skills, and actually begin to build connection again, build trust again,
Right.
like each other again.
Right. And remember, it's not going to be perfect. There are going to be moments where it's, frustration, emotions are high. We're not going to remember to do this stuff. And that's okay.
Mhm.
Just important to be able to recognize it after, apologize, and, always revisit and just say, like, hey, I'm sorry. I was feeling X, Y, and Z. Like, let's talk about it. Let's communicate through.
Yep. All about slowing down and trying to reconnect.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode.
See you guys next week.
If you have any questions or would like to connect with us, please follow us on Instagram and send us a DM or send us an email to the platforms listed below.